Mountain athletes, good morning. I'm Anthony LaRubio, the founder and head coach here at Recal Training. High five for showing up on a Monday morning and starting your week off right. This live stream is part of our Respiratory Muscle May. That's the theme this month. For those of you new to the channel, here at Recal, our breathwork training programs have helped hundreds of athletes climb the highest mountains in the world and finish in some of the most grueling ultra marathons. Whatever your goal is, I want to help you achieve that by breathing smarter and breathing stronger. And specific to this month and to this live stream breathwork training session, stronger means in your respiratory muscles. This is a 25-ish minute training session designed as a fairly challenging version of our trainings so that you can start to take your respiratory muscle strength to the next level and apply this newfound strength to your overall fitness and endurance training. If you haven't attended our more entry-level respiratory muscle training sessions from earlier this month, the first couple of Mondays, I encourage you to go back and watch those first. Or obviously, you're here now, you can just dive right in and modify as needed as we go. This session certainly, though, builds on those earlier training sessions and brings up the intensity. All right, let's get ready to train. We'll begin today in a seated position as we typically do, but as you make your way there are a few pieces of optional pieces of equipment that you can grab for today's session. The first one is a resistance band of some kind. This could be a back brace that just has some flex to it to be able to resist that rib cage as you breathe. This helps us to strengthen those muscles. You can also grab your air resistance trainer, something like a sports mask or the O2 trainer is something that we use in our breathwork training programs. And if you don't have any of those, your middle finger, your pointer finger, or your middle one, whichever one you want to do. Maybe you're doing this to me during training. That can work as an air resistance as well for your nose. And then lastly, we are going to do some balloon breathing. So we're going to throw a party. If you have a balloon, you can go ahead and grab that and have that at the ready as well. And again, if not, we're just going to blow into a tightly closed fist. Depending on how tight you close your fist, that depends on the resistance you're getting. Obviously, as always, you can have a yoga mat because we are going to end in a nice calming down regulation breathwork exercise at the end as well. So maybe that yoga mat or blanket's going to be nice for you. But again, if you don't have any of those, you're going to train just fine today. Okay, hopefully by now you've made your way to that seated position. Let's go ahead and start as we always do with a nose unblocking exercise. So with me, everybody now, take a breath in through your nose. Take a breath out. Pinch your nose at the bottom of that exhale, hold your breath, and rock your head back and forth. We're inviting a medium level of air hunger with this short breath hold. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Release your nose, breathe in through your nose. Immediately after you release that nose. Breathe normally for a couple of breaths now. We're going to repeat that 2 more times. With me, take a breath in, breath out, pinch and hold and rock and roll. Continue with the breath hold for 3, 2, 1. Release, breathe in again through the nose. This helps us bring in that nasally created nitric oxide, which helps with gas diffusion through the lungs and into the bloodstream. It also helps to dilate our blood vessels, as well as a small level of carbon dioxide being built in the blood as well through these breath holds. That also helps to dilate the blood vessels. Okay, one more breath in, breath out, pinch and hold, and rock your head back and forth. We're unblocking the nose, clearing up that nasal airway, preparing the body for a breathwork training session. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Release your nose, breathe in. You should start maybe, hopefully, feeling like that nasal airway is starting to clear up. Let's continue with the warm up. We're going to do something called an elbow reach and pull for each side of our body. So start with your right elbow, place it just by your oblique muscle. And we're going to reach across the body like we're pulling on something and bringing it back down to that oblique. We inhale on the way up and we exhale on the way down. Good. We're here for 10. Find your rhythm here. You don't need to mimic me exactly. We're just reaching and pulling. Maybe you're at 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Good. Shake out that right side. We're going to switch to the left now. Go ahead and reach. Pull down, put that elbow to your oblique muscle by that hip. Get into rhythm with your breathing here. This helps to warm up our intercostal muscles, those muscles in between each rib bone and our rib cage, as well as some secondary muscles, the serratus anterior muscles that we have. Those are our boxer muscles. 3 more. You might already be done with 10. 2 more. 1 more and end it. Shake out that left side now. We're going to do one more warm-up exercise. This is just a short bellows breath variation exercise. So we're taking some exaggerated inhales and exaggerated exhales. Preferably all of these are through the nose so that we can start to engage, again, some of that restriction that happens by breathing nasally, which, by the way, is good for your breathing. That resistance helps to engage the diaphragm, which pushes that air lower into the lungs, which is where the majority of our gas diffusion happens into the bloodstream, is in the lower part of the lungs. So don't resist the resistance, people. Embrace and love the resistance of breathing through your nose. All right. So let's begin. We're going to do about 10 breaths of this bellows breath. So take a deep breath in through the nose. Maybe fill up that belly, stick out that chest, and exhale again through the nose, collapsing down into that thoracic cavity. Let's reach the tippy top of each inhale and the belly bottom of each exhale. That's the first time I've ever said that. Maybe I'll never say it again. Take one more breath with me. Good. Shake out whatever needs shaken. That is your warm up for today. Hopefully we're feeling good in this core midsection. We've fired up the abdominal muscles, the diaphragm muscles, the intercostal muscles, some of those boxer muscles that we have. We should be ready to rock and roll now. So what we are going to do today is we're going to start with an inspiratory muscle training exercise, 10 strong breaths. I'm not from the South. Hello, if you are from the South of the United States. We are going to use some air resistance on the nose. If you've got that air resistance device, obviously you can use that here. And if you have that resistance belt or band of some kind that can go around your rib cage, go ahead and grab that as well. I am going to demo this exercise with my belt on. I really love this. This is the Buteyko belt from Oxygen Advantage. If you'd like, you can inquire in, maybe send up a message here in the chat, and I can send you a link to be able to buy these. These are really nice. I use them in a lot of our training. So with everything in place now, still from a seated position here, we're going to take 10 strong breaths. We want to focus on engaging the diaphragm with each and every of these inspiratory muscle training strong breaths. So get your air resistance devices ready. Place on nostril if you are using this as your air resistance. And let's go for 10 breaths. Breathing in deeply. Exhale passively. Breathe in deeply. Exhale passively. At the very bottom of that exhale, squeeze out a little bit of air just to create more space to start the inhale. Exhale, let it go. Pinch off that last bit of air, then inhale. Good work. Find your pace for 5 more deep breaths. I've got 2 more. Last one for me. And we come into some slow breathing to recover. Go ahead and take an inhale on a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to exhale for 15, 14, 13. Just relax on this exhale. Stick with me here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more recovery breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale again for 15. If this is challenging for you at the tail end of this exhale, that's good. We're starting to build also that CO2 tolerance with this slow exhale. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Let's go for our second set now, but I'm throwing a little wild card at you. What we're going to do is this same exercise, but not from a seated position. We're going to drop into a plank, engaging our core muscles on the side and still trying to get that strong engagement of the diaphragm. I already told you this session was going to be a bit more intense. I'm going to switch my microphone to my AirPods. You probably notice I sound a bit different now. I'm going to move the microphone to the side, point my camera down just a bit more so you can see me here. Go ahead and drop to a plank. I'm going to hold my plank on one hand like this. I'm going to use this finger to block one nostril. We're here for 10 breaths on this side. You can do it. Let's go, everybody. Inhale. Exhale. Pinch off that last bit of exhale. Then inhale again. Finding your rhythm with the breath. You don't need to follow me exactly. With each and every inhale, focus on engaging your diaphragm here. Everything else is firing on this side. We are focused on the diaphragm. Try to isolate that diaphragm despite the plank conditions here. Let's go for 2 more. You can do it. Last one. Good. Go ahead and drop to the floor. Whatever position feels right for you, we're going to do some slow breathing once again. Go ahead and take an inhale with me for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. You can do it. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Just let it go. Deep inhale and let it go. If that long breath hold was challenging for you, that long exhale, that's good. We are also training that carbon dioxide tolerance, which again builds more CO2 tolerance, which allows us to feel less out of breath when we're exercising and especially when we're on the mountain. So we're throwing in a little bit of CO2 tolerance work in between some of these exercises. Okay, let's switch sides now. So if you did it with your right hand first, this first time, go ahead and switch now to using your left hand on the plank. Or obviously, if you're using your elbow on the plank, that's fine as well. I'm going to use my hand here. So get in position. Get your air resistance devices ready and go. 10 deep breaths. Work against that air resistance and against that physical resistance if you have a band on. I'm about halfway through my breaths now. 3 more. 2 more. Stick with it. Last one. Come on, everybody. And when you're done, go ahead once again. Just drop to that seated position. We're going to do a challenging, slow breath to recover. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and stick with it for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Come on, you can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work if you stuck with that. Take a deep inhale. Pause for just a moment and sniff in again, just a jolt of air again. Exhale out through your mouth. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale. Pause. Sniff in again. Exhale. Good work. I'm going to switch my microphone once again. Now you have me. Probably sound a little bit better now. All right. Adjust my camera angle here. I'm going to need to adjust it again. Go ahead and take that resistance belt off now. And grab your balloon if you have that. Adjusting my camera a little bit more. All right, we're back, everybody. So we're going to do balloon breathing now. What I'm going to do is show a timer up on the screen, or it's actually a stopwatch technically. What we're going to use that for is 1 minute worth of balloon breathing. Okay? We're going to do 1 minute consecutively here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to still show me as well. There I am. Okay. So we're going for 1 minute. As many times as you can, you're as fully as possible blowing up this balloon. What I want you to focus on is each and every time that you blow it up, that the pressure that you're creating to blow up that balloon happens here in that abdominal region, abdominal rectus abdominis. This is the front abdominal muscles. These are your primary exhalation muscles. So here we're working on those exhalation muscles and not necessarily the inhalation muscles. We're going for 1 minute, everybody. Then we're going to go into a period of slow breathing to recover, and we're going to do that one more time. All right. Balloons ready to go. 3, 2, 1. We begin. If you are not using a balloon, remember, we're blowing into the hand. The hand doesn't need to be super tight. We want this to be about as fast of an exhale of about 3 seconds. Just play with how tightly you have your fist. Obviously, that's creating the resistance for each exhale. 20 more seconds, everybody. Let's go. 10 more seconds. Get one more in. And we are coming into our recovery. We're doing 30 seconds of slow breathing. Inhale with me for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Just a 30-second recovery. We are going again for round 2. Let's go, everybody. Sitting up nice and straight. Not a lot of back and forth rocking and rolling movement. We can collapse down into that belly with each breath. But again, the pressure that we're creating to exhale and really press out the air is happening here. Try to relax your face and your neck as well throughout this. And if at any point in time you feel lightheaded, just take a couple of normal breaths to rebalance the biochemistry of the blood. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. 40 more seconds. Really squeeze out the air at the bottom of that exhale. Collapse into that abdominal region. 20 more seconds. Get one more in. Nice work. We are resetting the clock for 30 seconds of slow breathing. Maybe count to yourself a 5-second inhale and a 5-second exhale. If you feel lightheaded at all, feel any sort of tingling sensation throughout the body, just drop into your calm, slow breathing to recover. Good. Nice job, everybody. That is our expiratory muscle training exercise. Take that balloon, throw it to the side. We'll use that again probably next week. Wink, wink. Let's go into a downshifting breathwork training protocol now. From a seated position, since we're already seated, we won't move again. So forget the yoga mat or the blanket. Oh, or actually, if you want to drop on your yoga mat and have a blanket around you, you go ahead and do that. If you do that, I want you in a hook lying position, which is feet flat on the ground with your knees at like a 90-degree angle. But of course, if you're from a seated position, that's fine as well. No matter where you are, I want you to put your hands around your rib cage, just the bottom bones in your rib cage. And as you breathe in and engage that diaphragm once again, I want you to feel 360 degrees around your rib cage, expansion on the inhale and contraction, that rib cage skinnying back down on the exhale. We're not doing anything particularly special here other than just observing the breath. Taking one more deep breath like that. Go ahead and relax your hands and arms back to your side. Maybe laying on the ground beneath you, to the side of you, if you're on the ground. We're going to end with a little long tail exhale breathing. You probably are used to me coaching this exercise. I love this one to downshift the nervous system. The way that it works is we'll start by taking an inhale on a count of 4 and an exhale on a count of 6. Notice the exhale is a bit longer. Then we're going to extend that exhale for one more count, each new exhale. With me, everybody, take an inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and exhale for 8 this time. 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And exhale for 12. This is your last exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just allow your natural breath to come back to you. If you had your eyes closed, maybe go ahead and blink them open now and just notice the colors around you, the light that's flooding into the room or the space that you're sitting in. Gently bring some movement back to your body, maybe rolling out the wrists and the hands, rolling out the ankles and the feet, maybe the shoulders, throwing your hands up above your head in a big stretch. Maybe throw out a yawn and come on back to the screen. Welcome back, everybody. I want to thank you so much for joining yet another exciting and hopefully fairly intense edition of Monday Morning Breathwork Training. I am your coach, proud to be your coach, Anthony LaRubio from here at Recal Training. Again, my goal is to help you breathe smarter and build strength so you can breathe stronger on the mountain, whatever goal that you have ahead of you. I hope if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to either the channel that you're watching this, or of course, join us on the community platform. That's at community.recaltravel.com, not recaltraining.com. Yes, it's an old URL we're still using. Join our community platform. We've got tons of cool, awesome, insightful content every single day of the week. This is just your Monday special. We put something out almost every day of the week from here on. All right, everybody, thanks so much for joining. I am looking forward to seeing you again next week. Take care, everybody. Bye now.